Welcome to GoCast. Today we're diving into trust, the key of building strong customer relationship and long-term business success. Our guest, Natalie Doyle Oldfield, is the author of Trust, the Proven Path to Customer Loyalty and Business Growth, an expert in trust-based business strategy. We'll explore what makes a company really trusted and how to become a trusted advisor. These principles can apply to your day-to-day. Plus, we'll touch on a little bit of other things around cybersecurity and trust. No script, no fluff, just an open, insightful conversation. Let's get started. So welcome, Natalie. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Would you like to please introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me. My name is Natalie Doyle Oldfield, and I am a business trust expert. I focus on helping organizations and companies build relationships of trust with their customers. As you know, I am the author of Trusted, the Proven Path to Customer Loyalty and Business Growth, and the president of Success Through Trust. I work with companies all day, every day to help them build unshakable trust with their customers.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Today we'll be talking about cybersecurity, and I think trust is something very, very important in that field. How long have you been, let's say, in contact with the cybersecurity world?
Well, my entire career, even before I started Success Through Trust 10 years ago, I've worked in the IT industry. So many, many years. I would say the last 15, 20 years have had more of a focus on networks and having secure networks. So before I started Success Through Trust, I actually worked with different networking companies. However, now I look at cybersecurity with a totally different lens, and I really believe that it is a very critical element to a company's plan and strategy to build trust with their clients and their colleagues and their external stakeholders. So now I really see it differently. Like it's part of a company and has to be part of a company to be trusted. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. Every company should have a cybersecurity plan.
That is very, very true. And I've been in cyber for 20 years now, and I've seen, I was preaching alone in the desert a long time ago, and cyber, okay, maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Now it's top of mind of everyone. And from your perspective, what is the shift that you've seen from the past 15 years, let's say, from cyber before and cyber today? Not in a IT specifically way, but in a outside of this world, maybe, or even your thought about trust and cyber relation?
Well, it's a really great question because it has changed. And I think that people, if we think about the last 5, 10, even 15 years ago, but if we think about the last, like that span, people are more skeptical and they're more critical than they've ever been. And they're much more informed.
True.
Right? And we also really want transparency. So in addition to wanting transparency, we have access to so much more information. So we want to make sure, people want to make sure that their information, and I say it like this because that's a broad term, right? Is secure and it's kept private. So it's a great question. I think it's way more important than ever before because the whole landscape has changed. Because people are so skeptical and they want to work with companies that are conscious of security.
True. Very true. And we used to talk a lot about intangible information.
Yes.
It's not a buzzword anymore.
No.
But it used to a lot. And I think this is really interesting. What do you do with your data? Where is it?
Yes.
And I just want to address the reputation thing.
Yes.
What's for you the relation between reputation and trust?
Oh, what a great question. I really believe that reputation is about past performance. So it's the cumulative actions and behaviors of what's happened in the past. The reason trust is so important, Julian, is trust is a future belief that someone or a company is going to do the right thing in the future. So if you have a cybersecurity plan, if you have a protected network, if you have a protected company, you can trust that because you know in the future that they're going to do the right thing and act in the company's, the stakeholders, the colleagues, the customer's best interest. So trust is the future state, and it is the key element to a company's future success. So one of the reasons that I'm so excited to be here is because the science and the evidence shows that when you have high trust equity, that's the term that I call, the amount of trust a customer has in your company, you outperform. So companies that have cybersecurity plans and measures and practices in place are more trusted because we have this confidence and comfort level that I'm going to be looked after.
It is absolutely amazing what you said. I mean, trust equal, eventually higher results.
Yes.
And cybersecurity equal trust. So, it's one of the first time I hear something like that. And I think it's absolutely amazing because we've been delivering cybersecurity for people in needs or people asking for, I need it because compliance, I need it because I don't want to be breached, I need it because now it's, I need it because I want to perform better.
Yeah.
Clients. That is a totally different approach. Really, really interesting. Yeah.
So in my new book, Trusted, it is broken up into chapters, and the entire model and framework that I created is evidence-based. And there are 3 components of how to build trust and 8 principles to apply to interactions to become a trustworthy organization. All that said, one of the principles is called act in the best interests of your stakeholders, customers, your employees, the public, community. And in my book, there's a story of a company that wanted to regain the trust of its customers. And it is chapter 5 in my book. And in that chapter, one of the strategies to regain trust was to implement and execute on a new cybersecurity platform. This company had a cybersecurity platform. However, what they learned once we measured the customer's trust equity and we actually talked to their customers is their customers were concerned that there wasn't enough proactive, to use your word, cybersecurity plans in place. And so it is absolutely a very important measure to be trusted and to be trustworthy.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
It's all the time we had. Natalie, thank you very much for being here today. And I wish you luck and success with your new book.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Yeah.